everyone, my name is Becca and welcome to another update of the Newt's Magical Readathon. It's the end of another week and I'm here with another update. So, I didn't do terrible this week. I feel like I did pretty well. All of the books that I finished, though, were already ones that I was already in the middle of. I mean, there were no books that I had started and finished before. I really wanted there to be. I swear there was like quite a few. I was like, I'm going to finish this before I do this update. I'm going to finish this. It didn't happen. I got really sick yesterday and this morning. So, yeah. I had to take a day off of work today because I really wasn't feeling well. I'm feeling much better now. I think I just needed more sleep. And I really couldn't breathe, guys. It was so hard for me to breathe. And I'm not going to go into, like, details of how sick I was and everything, but yeah, it was pretty bad. It was, like, the worst I think I've ever felt since I've gotten my allergies and everything, since I've, like, developed allergies and stuff. I think it's the worst I've ever felt, and, like, I never take days off of work. I never call in sick. I need the hours, I need the money, and if I'm not dying or dead, like, I'm not going to call off. And yesterday was just so bad that I called them and I was like, you know, I don't do this. I never do this. I can't come into work tomorrow. And here we are today. But I am feeling much better. Like I said, I needed more sleep. I took some more medicine. I got another kind of medicine. I'm telling you, I've been taking medicine for months, trying to get over this, like trying to help these allergies and like maybe, you know, breathe every once in a while, but it's not the greatest. And I know like a lot of people deal with allergies and stuff, like my friends do, my dad does, and that's how I got a lot of the recommendations of medicine, because he also has to deal with this. But yesterday was just so bad. So yeah, I figured I'm feeling much better, and I was going to skip a day, like skip today, and just film this video tomorrow before going to work. I'm afraid that tomorrow I'm going to wake up feeling awful. And I know, like, a lot of the mornings I wake up and I'm feeling really bad. I'm like, it's not the greatest. It's just why I like filming on my days off. I'm fine to go to work. Like, I'm okay. Like, I'll survive it. But I can't sit in front of a camera and do it. So, yeah. So I just decided it's kind of late. It's not too late. I still have some sun. So I'm just going to do this video now while I'm feeling kind of good. And yeah. Okay, so let's get on with the update. I've talked too much about myself. Let's go on with the books that I've read. So I wanted there to be more books. Like I said, I wanted there to be more books that I have finished. I had quite a stack of ones that I had like really wanted to start and finish and like have this be like a really nice big update of books that I've read. But I've only read the books that I showed you I was reading last week, so we'll just talk more about those now. So I finished Dark in Death by J.D. Robb. Freaking love this. I gave this 5 stars. It's another addition to Even Rorik and the gang, and it's so good. So good. What I specifically liked about this is that the murders that were taking place were... You found out that they were being copied from scenes from a series of books, and it was like, okay, this is good. And I really enjoyed that aspect, and I enjoy all of the books. Like, you know, I never give this anything below a 4 stars. I never give any of the books in the series anything below 4 stars, and there's over 40 in the main series, and there's novellas. I literally never give any book less than 4 stars. This is, like, I think my favorite series. I know I say Throne of Glass. Sarah J. Maas, that series, like, the Throne of Glass series and the ACOTAR series, are 2 of my favorite series. And I think, if anything, it's, like, In Death, Throne of Glass, ACOTAR, and then it goes to, like, The King. I think The King Chronicles is my favorite Rick Riordan. I have some favorite series. Like, all the books that are on my shelves, if they're not read... Like, so that's my unread case. By the way, I changed my books. I, you know, moved all the books around, and I filled my shelves again. I'm, like, really happy with how they look. So this is my unread case, and then these 2, like this one behind me and that one, Oh, I can't move my arm. So this one and in that one. Those two are my read books. So, like, I only keep books that I actively want to read and loved. Like, I really like the series or I love the books. So, but I think this is my favorite. Oh, and then the Dark Hunter series. Though, I have to say, I remember reading most of the books. Like, I loved a lot of the series. But then it was, like, kind of went downhill. But I'm definitely planning on picking up the series again and trying to finish it all off. Or at least catch up to where it is. Because there are a lot. So, yeah. Okay, so yeah, I give this 5 stars. I really enjoyed this. I love this series. You guys know this. I need there to be a television show of the series. I need it. Okay, next up, another book I gave 5 stars. It's a reread as too, and that's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone by J.K. Rowling, obviously. I got the audiobook of this, and I enjoyed the audiobook. I will say that Jim Dale, who narrates the audiobooks, does a really fantastic Hagrid. That's my favorite voice. Hagrid is fantastic. The Dursleys, not so bad. McGonagall, I can laugh at a little, but it's not awful. Like, a lot of the characters is okay. Snape, I can't really wrap my head around, just because Alan Rickman's voice is just so iconic, and, like, it just sticks with me that I just can't see Snape when I hear that voice. But the worst voice imaginable is Hermione's. Oh my god, if she says Harry one more time, I'm going to freaking, oh my god. And I have to read Chamber of Secrets now. And I'm like, no, I hate her voice so much. I cringe every time she goes, Harry! Ah! Oh my god. But I love this book, 5 out of 5 stars. I think Jim Dale did really well, other than Hermione's voice. So I'm really afraid to find out any of the other voices. Oh god, Dobby's next. Dobby's in Chamber of Secrets. I'm really afraid of Dobby's voice now. Okay, but yeah, that's another book I really want to pick up. I gotta get the audiobook for it, which I have a free credit on Audible, so I'll probably do that. But yeah, I love both of those books. Yeah. Another book that I absolutely loved, and that was Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. Oh my god! Oh my god. So, if you guys have been around, if you guys have seen my channel for any length of time, I've had this book since it came out. I think it was in 2016. I think. Yes, this book came out in 2016. I got the signed first edition, as you can see. I was like, oh my god, this is going to be so freaking good. Yes. Yes. And I tried to pick it up multiple times and could not get into this book whatsoever. I loved the first chapter, and I've read the first chapter like 100 times. But after that chapter, I just couldn't get into it. So, Julie over Pages and Pens is doing the read-along for this. She also had that issue. I wasn't the only one with the issue. She also had it. And, you know, she's like, I'm going to read this book. If anybody wants to buddy read with me, it's on Twitter, you know, hashtag BR stab stab stab. I think that's what the hashtag was. It's since gone because it's over. I loved it. I think I gave this 4 to 4.5 stars. I can't give it 5 because that first like quarter of the book was kind of hard to get into, but I really did like this. Also, a lot of things just kind of go over my head, which is fine. Okay, another thing, which is I think I'm giving it 4 stars, is this. Okay, so we have the main text, and then there's little notes on the bottom of certain pages. Sometimes they're only small, yeah, there's this one, it's kind of small, or then it's, you know, pretty big and it fills up kind of half the page. There's one that literally fits half the page. I can't remember where it's at. Oh my god. I remember thinking about that page going, I'm going to show that page off. Oh man. Now I can't find it. Okay, fine. Okay, but yeah, you see what I mean. So, I never read any of it. I tried reading one, and I just couldn't. It really takes away from the story for me. I just kind of disconnect, and I don't want that. I wanted to stay in the story, so I decided not to read any of the notes, which is my choice, and it worked for me, and I love this book, and I give it 4 stars. So, I'm really happy that I read this. I finally read this. And she's doing a buddy read for God's Grave next month. And I'm definitely picking it up. My TBR for September will be going up on Friday. So you guys should check that out if you want to. It's a fun kind of TBR. I have my brother choose it, so check that out. But I do talk about the fact that I need to read God's Grave. I don't know what the hashtag of that will be on Twitter. Maybe it will be again hashtag BR steps. I don't think so. But when I find that out, maybe I'll link it down below. I'm not sure. But yeah. Nevernight was great. I loved it. It's pretty much... Okay, I didn't even talk about what this book was about. This is about Mia, who witnesses her father be killed. He was hung as a traitor, and then her family was taken away from her. And so she decides that she wants revenge against the people that took her family away. And she joins a school of assassins and learns how to kill people. And I loved it. It was so good. The school part was so good. I love the school aspect. It was amazing. Yeah. I'm so glad I finally read this. And now I need the UK copies because I'm trash. Alright. Last but not least of the books that I finally read was Shadow Scale by Rachel Harmon. I am so happy that I finally finished this series. Technically it's a duology, it's only one other book. But I'm so happy I finally picked this up. Because I can't even remember. When did this come out? I've had this for years. Okay, this came out in 2015. I've had this book for quite a while. And I remember waiting for it because I remember reading Seraphina when that book came out. And I think that was like 2012 or so. And then this book came out years later. So, this is the sequel to Seraphina. It just follows Seraphina after the events of the first book. And she journeys into... So you get more of the world. So she journeys across the countries and stuff. So you get more of the world that this is built in. And you get a lot more characters and stuff like that. She's trying to find others like her, half-dragon, half-humans. They're called Itisari. At least that's what I call them. Not sure if that's the right way to call them. But, so she's trying to find more like her. You get another villain in this, which I feel like is definitely a villain. Like, in the first book, it was more of the mystery aspect of the villain. Like, he's definitely a villain, but you didn't really know who it was until the very end, pretty much. Where this one, you know who the villain is right away. And it definitely, this villain definitely does some villainous things right away. And I can't say I really like this villain. You're not supposed to, which is good. And that was the good part. Like, I really hated this villain. And I didn't really care either way of the first one, so that was fine. I didn't care for the romance aspect, though, in this book. I wanted to like the romance. I really did. But I feel like I didn't get any of it. Anything. Until, like, the very end. And it doesn't even get resolved. Like, there's a love triangle in this book. Only, like, towards the end. Like, you don't even know about it until towards the end. And then, part of it is queer, which I really liked. Okay, I liked the fact, but it was only like a minute. Like, you only got a moment, and that really annoys me. And at the very end, I didn't even get, like, I just feel like I needed more. And I didn't get it, and I was really upset by that. And so I only gave this 3.5 stars. And I wanted to give this, like, 4 or 5 stars. Like, I really wanted to like it. It's also, like, really long. Like, this is almost 600 pages. I read this in a little over a week, which is great. And I read like 50 pages a day. But with Seraphina, it's like I immediately wanted to pick it up. Like, I immediately want to pick Seraphina up and read the 50 pages. But there were moments in this book where I didn't want to do that. Like, I was like, I'll read it later. I'll read it later. Oh shoot, now I have to read it. And yeah. So I give this 3.5 stars. I thought it was good. I just wanted more. I wasn't necessarily satisfied with most of the end. Like, I thought the ending was done pretty well, but there was just some parts that just, like, kind of annoyed me. So, 3.5 stars. So those are all the books that I've technically finished. Let's talk about the books that I'm currently reading. Which should have been more, because I planned on reading more than just these 3. So I have 3 books that I'm currently reading. I'm enjoying all 3. So that's a good part. So first up, I have a book that I switched out. I can't remember what I switched out for. But, oh god, I can't remember what I switched out for. But I needed to read Crazy Rich Asians because I really want to see that movie. And I think I heard it was only going to be in theaters for the whole month of August, and that was it. I'm not sure if that's true or not. But now I really need to read Crazy Rich Asians so I can go and see the movie. So I had a book that was kind of long and it was kind of like daunting and I didn't really want to read it right away. So I wanted to pick up, oh, I had Lyrial. Now I remember, I had Lyrial on there and I didn't want to read that right away because I didn't necessarily love Sabriel. So I decided to pick up a book that would be really like fast and easy to read and fun, and it's a contemporary, it's got romance, so I figured I'd like it. And that's Catching Jordan by Miranda Keneally? I think it's Keneally. Not sure. I just started this morning pretty much, and I'm already 105 pages in. I am enjoying it. There are things that are kind of annoying, but I am enjoying it. Also, there's a love triangle in this book too. And I can't necessarily say I like it. Like, one part of this triangle will not admit the fact that they're in this triangle. And it's so annoying. Like, they just won't admit the fact that they like her. So, of course, there's this girl. She's a quarterback of her school's her high school's football team. There's this new guy that comes in, and he's a quarterback from his old high school. So he decides to, well, he moves to this town and goes to this school, and you know, he's put on this team, and I guess like he's like her backup quarterback. Of course, like, she starts to, you know, like, the minute she sees him, she's like, oh my god, I'm in love. Like, my god, he's hot. Like, I really like him. And she's never felt that way about anybody else before. Just like, okay, it's fine. Everybody else she's pretty much known, you know, from the very beginning. And he's new, and, you know, he's hot, apparently. There are some things that he does that are kind of, like, annoying, but it's like, it's fine. All the guys are doing that. It's kind of annoying, but it's fine. Also, it's kind of cliche that she has absolutely no girlfriends. She doesn't like wearing dresses. She's like a tomboy who loves football. But it's like, why can't you be a girly girl kind of thing? Like, why can't you like certain things and play football? Like, why can't you like wearing dresses and getting your nails done and going to the spa and doing all of that and also want to play football? Why does it have to be such a cliche like that? I don't know. Kind of annoying. Also, her dad hates the fact that she plays football because she's a girl. Yeah. So, it's good. It's easy to read. It's like, you know, I'm addicted and I want to keep reading it. And I think I definitely want to get more books by this author. I'm not going to try this again. But I really want to get more books by this author in this series and, you know, see if there's any of the other characters that I know from this book that gets their own. I don't know if they do, but I think the next one is Stealing Parker, and I kind of want to pick that up. So, we'll see. But yeah, this is the first book I'm reading. Another one I'm reading, I had a stroke of genius, okay? So you guys know that I had The Red Pyramid by Rick Riordan on my TBR. I had the physical book, I think the audiobook was on Scribd, I think. I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, I was like, this is great, I'm going to read this. Great! Well, then I was at the library. I finally am going back to my local library again. And it had all 3 graphic novels. And I'm like, why not read the graphic novels instead of just the physical books? And I can read all 3, so I switched out my TBR a lot to put all 3 of them in because, again, they're graphic novels and they should be really easy. And I just started this today. It doesn't have page numbers. I'm like that far in. So, yeah. But I am enjoying it, obviously. It's nice seeing, like, a lot of the characters that I have come to know and love actually have, you know, a face to it. So, yeah, it's nice seeing that a lot of my characters, I can actually know what they're looking like now. So, yeah, I'm reading that. I'm really enjoying that. I should be finished with this, and hopefully this, tonight. And the last book that I'm currently reading is one that I again got at my local library because I had the audiobook on Scribd, and I started listening to it, and I wanted to hopefully follow along with the book, which I'm not technically following along, but it is nice to like pick it up sometimes, and that is Sky in the Deep by Adrienne Young. I was really hesitant going into this because I know it's like Viking, and I kind of like Viking, but I think I heard this had zombies, which I haven't gotten to yet, but I'm 160 pages in, and I've pretty much read 130 pages just today. I'm flying through this book, and I'm really liking the audiobook, and I kind of want to own this book now because I'm kind of really liking it. So I'm really happy that I'm reading this. And yeah, this is about a girl who's part of this Viking clan. Yeah, she's part Wonder Woman, part Viking, and all heart. Or this book is part Wonder Woman, part Vikings, and all heart. Okay. But yeah, there's this girl named Aelin. She's part of this clan called the Aska. Aska? I have no idea. And I just heard it in my head, now I can't think of the name. And their rival clan is the Riki clan, so they of course fight each other a lot. And our main character, Aelin, her brother died like 5 years ago, and on a battlefield, she sees her brother, part of that clan. He's on the other side, and she's just freaking out because one, he's alive, and two, he's betrayed them. So it's pretty good so far, and I'm really liking it. Again, I'm 160 pages in, so like that far in, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. So yeah. Alright, so that's everything I want to talk to you guys about today. Hopefully, again, I have so many books I still need to read. Oh, here. I finally found a book. At the library, obviously. I finally found a book to fit that one prompt that I could not find anything for. And that was, you had to choose a book that featured one of the 4 words, light, air, sun, or water. And I was at the library, I had my brother there, and I was like, look, just find as many of them as you can, and we'll decide what I read. There's not a lot. And I was at the library looking, I mean, I was only looking at the teen section, like the young adult, but it's still, I was like, there's not a lot. And it's really annoying. But I did find one that seemed kind of interesting. That's Like Water by Rebecca Potus. I think I've heard about this book, but I've never, like, I haven't seen it since. A lot of people, I think, really liked it. I think they like Rebecca Potus, but I'm not entirely sure if they like this book. And I think this is queer, so I kind of really want to pick it up. So yeah, I finally found water. Yay! So now I have a book for all 36 prompts. Yay! Alright, so that's it for me today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you again with another one. Happy reading.